Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful. Wealth never starts with money, it starts with mindset. You don't wake up rich one day, you become rich long before the world notices. The world only sees the cars, the houses, the lifestyle. But the real story is written in silence. It's written in your habits, your sacrifices, your self-discipline. When everyone else is chasing comfort, you're chasing growth. When others are spending to look rich, you're learning to become rich. So if you've been grinding quietly, if you've been building in the shadows, if you've been saying no to distractions and yes to purpose, then listen closely. Because today, I want to show you 5 signs that you're secretly becoming rich. The first sign that you're secretly becoming rich is your ability to delay gratification. You've stopped living for the moment. You've realized that not everything you want right now deserves your money or your attention right now. The world is obsessed with instant results, but the wealthy are obsessed with lasting results. When you can say, "I'll wait," when you can walk past temptation for the sake of tomorrow's reward, that's power. Every time you save, invest, or plan ahead, you're building wealth that others can't see. Poor people chase pleasure, rich people chase purpose. The poor want the feeling of success, the rich want the foundation of success. Delaying gratification is not about deprivation, it's about direction. You're not saying no because you can't afford it, you're saying no because you're focused on something greater. You understand that compound growth in money, in discipline, in mindset only works for those who are patient, and that patience is your quiet form of wealth. The second sign is that you've started prioritizing learning over leisure. While others are lost in distractions, you're hungry for development. You're watching lectures, reading books, listening to people who stretch your thinking. You've realized that entertainment might make you laugh for an hour, but education can feed you for a lifetime. When you begin investing in knowledge, you begin investing in your power. You start understanding markets, business, human behavior, leadership. You stop saying, "I can't afford that course," and start saying, "I can't afford to stay ignorant." Because ignorance is the most expensive thing in the world, the more you learn, the more opportunities you see. You stop living reactively and start living strategically. You begin solving problems, not avoiding them, and that shift, from consuming fun to consuming value, is the exact same shift that separates the broke from the wealthy. The third sign is that you've stopped being addicted to motivation. You're no longer chasing inspiration, you're building discipline. You've learned that goals are nothing without systems. Anyone can say, "I want to be rich," but the wealthy create structures that guarantee results. You now have routines. You wake up early, you plan your day, you measure your progress. You've built habits that operate even when your mood doesn't, because systems don't care if you're tired. They keep moving. Systems don't need motivation. They create results. Poor people rely on emotions. Rich people rely on structure. You've stopped relying on luck and started designing your success. Whether it's your business, your career, or your finances, you're creating consistency. And consistency, my friend, is the backbone of wealth. The fourth sign that you're secretly becoming rich is that your circle is changing. You're no longer comfortable in conversations that go nowhere. Gossip, negativity, complaining. They drain you now. You crave environments that challenge you, people who hold you accountable, discussions that stretch your perspective. When you start surrounding yourself with growth-minded individuals, you naturally start leveling up. You begin to notice that your goals feel normal in the right company. You stop needing to explain your dreams, they get it, because they're building too. You're learning that proximity is power. You cannot soar like an eagle while walking with pigeons. You cannot dream big while surrounded by small thinkers. You're protecting your energy because you understand this truth. Your environment is a reflection of your expectations. When you change your circle, you change your ceiling. The final sign that you're secretly becoming rich is your shift in vision. You've stopped chasing quick wins. You're not looking for fast money. You're building lasting wealth. You think in years, not days. You plan in decades, not weekends. You understand that real wealth is not about income, it's about impact. It's not about what you buy, it's about what you build. You're planting trees whose shade you may never sit under. You're thinking about generational wealth, about legacy, about freedom. The poor ask, "What can I get right now?" The rich ask, "What can I create that lasts?" That mindset shift is everything. When you start making decisions that your future self will thank you for, you've already won. Because wealth isn't about arrival, it's about direction. And that's when you realize something powerful. You don't chase money anymore. Money starts chasing you. The first sign that you're secretly becoming rich is emotional mastery. You've learned to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. You don't make financial decisions out of fear, frustration, or impulse. You make them from logic, vision, and patience. When a challenge hits, you don't panic, you pause, analyze, and respond. You've realized that emotion-driven decisions are expensive, not just in money but in opportunities. The poor react, the wealthy respond. The poor chase comfort, the wealthy chase clarity. You've stopped letting moods dictate your moves. When business is slow, you strategize. When markets drop, you study. When people doubt you, you stay focused. That calm confidence, that ability to hold your composure under pressure, is what separates a hustler from a builder. Wealthy people understand that emotional maturity creates stability. You don't make rash purchases to feel good. You invest in what creates growth. You're not swayed by trends because you've learned that control is the ultimate currency. You manage yourself before you manage money. You understand that wealth isn't built through chaos, it's built through calm, calculated decisions. The moment you mastered your emotions, you started mastering your direction. The second sign that you're secretly becoming rich is that you value growth over applause. You're no longer addicted to validation. You've realized that success is not about who notices you. It's about what you build when no one does. You've stopped chasing likes and started chasing leverage. While others show off their lifestyle, you're quietly improving your skill set. You're not impressed by status, you're impressed by strategy. You don't waste energy performing, you spend it progressing. You've understood that the loudest people in the room are usually the least successful because noise is often a cover for a lack of results. You read, you learn, you upgrade. You spend your money on books, mentors, and tools that expand your capacity. You've realized that every bit of knowledge compounds into power, and that power turns into profit. You don't seek attention, you seek advantage. Every lesson, every piece of wisdom, every mistake you analyze. That's equity. The world claps for the show, you're preparing for the stage. You know that applause fades, but growth remains. And the deeper you grow, the stronger your foundation becomes. When the spotlight finally finds you, you'll be ready. Not because you practiced being seen, but because you mastered being valuable. The third sign that you're secretly becoming rich is discipline. Not the kind people talk about, but the kind that no one sees. You've learned to show up every day regardless of how you feel. You've replaced motivation with commitment. You understand that consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't wait for inspiration. You create it through routine. You wake up early, you plan your work, you hold yourself accountable. You know that every small, repetitive action compounds into something massive. The world sees the results, you live the repetition. You've accepted that greatness isn't glamorous, it's grueling. Discipline is what separates potential from performance. While others talk about goals, you're executing systems. You've learned that habits shape your future more than hopes ever will. You keep your promises to yourself because self-trust builds self-worth, and self-worth builds success. You've become reliable to your dreams. When distractions come, you say no. When comfort calls, you stay focused. You understand that temporary sacrifice creates permanent rewards. Every day you push yourself when no one is watching. You're silently writing the story that the world will one day celebrate. The truth is simple. Those who stay consistent in the dark always shine the brightest in the light. The fourth sign that you're secretly becoming rich is that you've learned to think beyond today. You've stopped chasing quick wins and started playing the long game. You're not interested in making fast money. You're focused on building lasting wealth. You plan in years, not weekends. You think in legacy, not luxury. You've realized that the fastest path isn't always the most profitable one. You invest your time and money where it multiplies, not where it gratifies. You're planting seeds that may not grow overnight, but you plant them anyway because you understand time is your greatest ally. The poor look for returns tomorrow, the rich build returns that last forever. Your vision stretches further than your circumstances. You don't measure success by what you earn this month. You measure it by what you're creating for the next generation. You're not chasing fame, you're building freedom. You've realized that real wealth isn't about income, it's about independence. Thinking long-term means choosing patience over impulse, foundation over flash, and progress over popularity. You've accepted that delayed gratification is not a loss, it's leverage. You've stopped trading long-term gain for short-term pleasure. You're no longer just surviving. You're designing. You're crafting a future that works for you, not against you. When others are counting days, you're counting decades. When others are chasing moments, you're building movements. And that, right there, is how wealth is born. Not from speed, but from strategy. So if you've mastered your emotions, chosen growth over applause, built discipline in the dark, and learned to think long-term, then you are already becoming rich. Your wealth might not show in numbers yet, but it shows in mindset, maturity, and movement. The money will come, it's inevitable. Because wealth doesn't start when you earn more. It starts when you become more.